Oh boy, it's time to open my Chesto, Abbott, and Costello again. And this time we are digging deep. I decided not to go towards the older ones and pulled out a one from disc 9 in the collection just because it was more fitting into my usual theme. Oh, sorry if you couldn't hear me, my microphone was a little foobar. Okay, better? Better? Okay, so Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. Oh, it's this one up here. Yes. Okay, so this one's one of their more popular films, and it's definitely one of the best well-known. And it's got quite a cast, I'll say that. In addition to Abbott and Costello themselves, Lon Chaney Jr. reprises his role as Larry Talbot, the Wolfman, and Bela Lugosi returns as Dracula. Okay, so that's it writes itself at that point, really. And Vincent Price even does a quick cameo in it as well towards the end. So, this one, our intrepid heroes actually feel like the main characters, unlike the last one I reviewed for Buck Privates. The story does focus on them. So, this one. Abbott and Costello work as kind of a shipping company, and they take some crates for a horror museum that contain the bodies of Dracula and Frankenstein that have been shipped over. Now, they are supposed to deliver it to the museum, but they get a call from a mysterious person telling them don't deliver them. Well, they deliver them. The person calling was Lawrence Talbot, and he's trying to stop Dracula and his plan to find a new brain for the Frankenstein monster to give it resuscitate it and give it make it stronger but more pliable so he could use it to rule the world. Anyway, they work with a mad doctor, then played by I think it was Lenore Albert. It's Lenore Albert or Jane Randolph. I can't remember who played who off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure it was Lenore. Right? Plays she a mad scientist who is already dating Costello, and well, he's got the perfect brain to be pliable, so she wants to seduce him to get his brain and put it in the Frankenstein monster. Meanwhile, there's another doctor who's kind of baffled by all this, and an insurance investigator who's trying to figure out what happened to the Museum of Horrors or his attractions. And well, and there's also a costume party where the Wolfman gets loose and all hell breaks loose. There's a lot going on in this movie, and it's decently entertaining. But personally, I only found it okay on the humor. It's mostly a fascinating time capsule for all these great actors together, so I didn't really enjoy it. But it's not for me as laugh out loud as like Hold That Ghost was. Or I will even say Buck Private's to me was a little bit funnier, but this one was still interesting. It came out in 1948 and is definitely is one of their best known films. It was pretty much one of their first meets, I believe, at least with the Universal. Yes, this was their first of their meets before they went on to meet Boris Karloff, the Invisible Man, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the Mummy, and the Keystone Cops. I'm not even sure who the Keystone Cops are, I'll be honest. I'll find out when I get there. It's just not a familiar term for me. Well, I don't know how much there is really to say. The comedy is, this one, a little bit more hit and miss, but the acting is solid overall. And it's always enjoyable to watch Abbott and Costello play off of each other. And just seeing Lon Chaney Jr. giving his all again. He never sleepwalks through playing Lawrence Talbot. He's always a great tragic figure, and he's, again, giving it his all. The Frankenstein monster doesn't have a lot to do in this film, and doesn't even show up until in any real memorable sense other than just walking round. Dracula really more steals the show compared to the Frankenstein monster. So, despite Frankenstein being in the title, Meet Dracula might have been a better title for this one. Wow. I think that's about all I got on this one. MacGuffin-wise, I'll give it 6 MacGuffins. I wasn't as blown away as I was from Hope I Ghost, but it's still an enjoyable film. I do recommend seeing Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. It's a good lighthearted comedy, and you don't get a lot of these good shenanigans comedies like this that are just more innocent. So, that's from a simpler time. Alright. All on this one for right now. I will see you guys shortly.